Hello, it's Sally again. Today I'm going to read from a book by Dr. Eric Pearl called The Reconnection, Heal Others, Heal Yourself. The Hidden Fear in Our Rituals. Never is fear so insidious as when it cloaks itself in the guise of love. Fear is the only thing standing between you and anyone, you and anything. I hope you receive from this book the ability to recognize fear in whatever form it comes, and thus transform it into love. Fear is only the absence of love, just as darkness is the absence of light. Permeating the techniques of healing is ritual. Ritual fills a multitude of voids, including the feeling that we are not of ourselves enough. We then perpetuate the void by creating ritual around it, and then perpetuate the ritual by creating beauty around it and it around beauty. Early on, I went looking to others for answers and insights. Although I had questions for these individuals, they also had questions for me. The first question I would be asked was, "Are you protecting yourself?" "From what?" I'd ask, looking over my shoulder. They didn't know. They just knew that they had been told to protect themselves by someone who had been told to protect themselves by someone who'd been told to protect themselves. Customary, time-honoured, age-old traditions. But who started this process and why? If a truism is passed on through the ages and truth is truth, then odds are it's still true today. But if something was false way back then, and if truth is still truth, then that something that was false remains false. It may be a lot older, but it's just as false. Now sit down for a moment, brace yourself, and if you have a couple of garlic clove necklaces nearby, put them on, because I'm about to tell you something that might rattle a few of your false foundations. There's no such thing as evil. There are no entities whose purpose for existence is to hang around and play havoc with your life or hide in darkened rooms behind closet doors so they can find just the right moment to jump out and holler, "Boo!" Not only that, they don't have cousins who hang on to your shoulders and need to be pulled off you via weekly or monthly healing sessions, or who could be warded off by expensive gem-studded pendants. Quit flattering yourself. These are created figments and fantasies, strengthened only by your fear of them. If any of these entities ever did exist, they're dead now. They died laughing at all the antics you performed trying to protect yourselves from them. One died yesterday when it found out how much money you spent on that amulet. Let's take a look at just a few of our fear-based rituals. Flowers, to keep away ghosts. Shaking off your hands to rid yourselves of other people's negative energy picked up during healing sessions. Water bowls, to catch the negative energy you shake off your hands. Salt, putting it into the water to break up the negative energy once the water catches it after you shake it off your hands. Alcohol, to spray your hands down with in case you don't have the bowls and the salt and the water to shake them off into. Candles, burning certain colours for protection. Directions of movement, turning or walking only in certain directions. right, left, clockwise, counterclockwise, depending on your source or school of thought. Directions of placement. The patient is to lie in a certain direction, head facing north, south, east or west, depending on your source or school of thought. Hands. The right hand is the sending hand, the left hand is the receiving hand. Jewelry and or leather. Remove it or it may interfere with the healing. Exhaling. Blowing or coughing out negative energy. Crossing the spine, having to stand on the person's right if you're working on their right side, and their left if you're working on their left side, so as not to cross over their spine. Tissue, to dry your tears from either laughing so hard at some of this that you blow out your candles, or from crying when you accidentally kill your flowers by placing them in the salt water you were supposed to shake your hands off into, and the prayers didn't bring them back. We cannot come from love while we reinforce the concept of fear. As a culture, we decorate our fears with rituals, and then we fool ourselves into thinking that these rituals are expressions of love. It's not what you do, it's why you do it. Saying a prayer before each session is spiritual manipulation. Just as you would know that you are being manipulated by your child or spouse if they prefaced every request throughout the day with an "I love you,"